footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our 2013 preview of the Army-Navy game. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with Army. The Army Black Knights are a young football team, and it has showed in a number of close losses they've had this season. Big fan of their receiving core, led by the big-time junior wide receiver Siobhan Lawrence and freshman phenom Xavier Ross. Now on defense, they're a tough and physical bunch on the perimeter, led by linebacker Jarrett Mackey, and that's key this week versus Navy, because playing excellent perimeter defense will be huge if they want to win this ball game. Now let's move over to Navy in this ball game, and this is a football team that is the model of consistency. They're actually 3 plays away from being 9-2 entering this ball game versus Army. They can beat you in many different ways with that option offense. They can go inside, they can attack the perimeter, they can even throw the football downfield with Keenan Reynolds. But on the defensive side is where I've seen the most improvement with this football team. They're stout up front in their front 7, and on the back end, their secondary can play man one-on-one with your wide receivers. But this week versus Army, it's all about winning up front. They have to put these guys in obvious passing situations if they want to have a chance to knock off the Black Knights. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ballgame, and the biggest battle for Army up front is between center Ryan Powers and nose tackle Travis Bridges. Powers is a guy that weighs 248 pounds, going against Travis Bridges, who's a disruptive force at 318 pounds. So that's a battle that he definitely has to win in order for that running game to be effective. And they also have to avoid self-inflicted wounds. A lot of times you see defensive penalties in the passing game, a lot of pass interference calls going against the Army Black Knights secondary, and they have to clean that up this week versus Navy, who can also throw the football off that option attack. And you can't get outflanked defensively. Reynolds is a guy that does a great job in breaking contain in the passing game. They move the pocket for him. They try to get him outside the tackle box, so you can't get outflanked defensively. Otherwise, you're going to struggle trying to defend the passing game. And for Navy in this ball game, Reynolds will have to hit plays early in the passing game. There's going to be some opportunities on the outside for big plays deep downfield versus that double eagle flex defense. If they can take advantage, it bodes well for that Navy offense moving forward. And they're going to have to win the battle of the freshmen. That's between their cornerback Brendan Clements going against Army's freshman wide receiver Xavier Moss. If Clements can win that battle, the defense can have a great day versus this Army offense. And winning on third down will be key in this ball game. Anytime you're playing an option offense, you really have to get these guys off the field on third down, because they can chew up the TOP. In this situation, you want the ball back in the hands of Keenan Reynolds and an explosive Navy offense. So if the midshipmen can get these guys off the field, again, it bodes well for that defense having success versus Army. The X factor for Army will be their passing game. If they can start working that passing game early, it's going to open things up for their running attack. And right now they have 2 outstanding wide receivers led by freshman Xavier Moss. Find ways to get him involved in the game early, and that just opens things up long term for this offense of the Black Knights. The X factor for Navy will be their defensive line. They have a size advantage up front over the Army Black Knights, and if they can win in the trenches versus this ground game, this option attack, they can win the football game. So that defensive line really has to bring their A game this week versus Army. Offensive lineman Joe Steffi is definitely a campus legend for Army. Here's the guy that was a 3-year starter for the Cadets from 1945 to 1947, and was also a part of those football teams that went undefeated in 45 and 46, and he capped off his senior season by winning the Outland Trophy in 1947. Ron Beagle was a tremendous receiver and also an outstanding athlete for the Navy midshipmen from 1953 to 1955. He was a 2-time All-American, even made the All-American team in lacrosse in 1955. He won the Maxwell Award for the top collegiate player in the country, and also caught 64 passes in his collegiate career. I like Navy in this ball game. This is a very good football team on both sides of the ball, and that's the reason why they're going bowling after the season. What makes their option offense dangerous is the fact they can throw the football with quarterback Keenan Reynolds. And on defense, very solid in the front 7, but I've been very impressed with the secondary. So this is a complete team. I think they'll do a great job in taking care of their longtime rival, the Army Black Knights.